our celebrity couples. Playing for the red section from Alderman, Chuck Wagner and his wife, Susan. Playing for the yellow section, Norman Fell and his wife, Karen. And playing for the blue section from Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, Don Stroud and his wife, Linda. Places, please. As we play the game of celebrity gossip, TattleTales. And now here's the star of TattleTales, Bert Convy.
I thank you, and hello, everybody. Welcome to TattleTales. This is our last day with this group, and so watch quick, because they've been terrific, actually. We've had two rookie couples who've done beautifully on our show, and Norman and Karen, of course, who always do beautifully here. Let's bring on the beautiful halves right now, shall we? Hello, ladies. All ready to go? It's been nice having you here, and I hope we all end up friends. I think we do, don't we? Except Susan, who's still angry with me about one question yesterday, but I hope you've gotten over it, Susan. Here's the first question, worth $150 to your rooting sections. Ladies, does your husband ever throw himself so completely into a role that his offstage personality changes, yes or no? Goodbye. Chuck, what do you think? What will Susan say?
This is a difficult question. I try to throw myself into things, but likewise, I try to be detached when I'm at home. And since we've been married, I've been Automan. So it's not like I've changed from the radical from that. But as far as what she's going to say, it's really, it could be here or there. So I'm going to say what I hope she says is no, I don't.
No, you don't.
That I can separate the two different realities.
Hasn't affected you at all?
Not at all. No, it hasn't, sure. No.
Here she comes. I can see that. A little. Susan, what's the truth in Chuck's case?
He does get very immersed in his parts, and it can't help but flow over into offstage, yes.
He said no, you said yes. Well, but you know best. Karen and Norman are right. However, they matched answers, and they get the whole thing to start things off for the banana section. We'll come back in a moment with a lot more stuff. Don't go away. Here we go. Question number 2 coming up. Listen to this, ladies. You may find this fascinating. You may not. But I think it's kind of a good question. Which room of your home would tell us the most about you? Okay? Off you go. Gosh, I guess if you're a great cook, you're going to have wonderful stuff. Utensils and machines and all the kind of paraphernalia. If you're a great decorator, I would suppose the rooms are going to be really decorated beautifully and with taste. And if you're great in the you probably have a big silk canopy. What do you think? What will Susan say?
Well, of the 2 rooms that we do have, I think that it would have to be, now, you could call it the den, you could call it the living room. It's the room you walk into. It's the only room that we put any input at all into. So I would say it's the living room.
The living room.
Could be den, but
could be den.
If it's not the bedroom, it's the other room.
It's the other room. The other room aside from the bedroom is
the one with the sofas in it.
We'll take whatever she calls that. Here she comes. Susan, which room of your home would tell us more about you?
Well, you walk in the door, and there it is, the living room.
That's the one, yes, the living room.
Good work.
Absolutely right. And we understand perfectly what you mean by that, too. Susan and Chuck are right. They get the whole thing, and it's halftime, guys. Step to the rear. We'll bring the ladies out front and continue with the second half of TattleTales after this message for you. Don't go away.
We'll be back with the second half of TattleTales, starring from Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, Don Stroud and his wife Linda, Norman Fell and his wife Karen, and from Automan Chuck Wagner and his wife Susan, right after these messages.
We have changed places after halftime, as you can no doubt tell. And if you're ready to go, we have 2/3 of a tie. Norman, you're tied with Chuck at $150 apiece. And
thank you.
Ladies, This is your question. Ladies, this is not ladies, this is guys. Men, while on an airplane, the stewardess asks you if you will help her deliver a baby. Would you do it or tell her to ask somebody else? Okay, off you go. Oh, good question. What do you think, Susan? What will Chuck do in a case like that?
Well, if she went to him and asked him, he's a sucker for a female in distress. If she needed his help, he would give it to her.
You think
he
so?
would help deliver the baby.
Yeah, well, the stewardess asks him, not the lady who's having the baby. The stewardess
Yes,
goes.
if the stewardess...
And she
you know.
says, we need your help, he would do it?
Yes.
Does he not faint at the sight of blood?
Well, he's never delivered a baby before. I'm not sure if he would faint or not, but
Yeah.
he would attempt. He would get up and help
You think so?
to the best of his ability.
What a guy. Okay,
He's a
here he
good
comes.
guy.
We'll find out. Chuck, what would you do in a case like that?
I would absolutely help the young lady.
That's what the lady said.
You might think.
Maybe I would too, unless it meant I'd miss the movie. I wouldn't want to miss
What
the
a
movie.
pregnant stewardess is doing on the plane is far beyond me.
No, the stewardess isn't pregnant. It's another lady. You got it.
Oh.
You got it wrong there. The stewardess has asked you to help her.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, wait a minute. It
Yeah.
could be taken that way, couldn't it?
I understand.
But you understand. Of course you did. You got it right. We'll split that 3 ways. The game's a little tighter now. We still have 2/3 of a tie. We'll come back with a $300 question, and that will decide the issue for the day. All right, as sometimes happened a little bit lately, we have good news for you. We're going to have some extra time, so that this question will be worth $150, then the $300, so you all get $450 to split among yourselves. Well, somebody's going to win it. Here we go, gang. I think this one I'm supposed to do next. Men, in California, we're all familiar with self-service gas pumps, and also pumps where an attendant serves you the same gasoline, but it is more expensive. When you have the attendant fill your car with gas, do you ever feel guilty spending that additional money, yes or no, as opposed to using the self-service? Okay, off you go. Susan, what will Chuck say?
I would feel guilty using full service. I prefer just to do it myself
Right.
most of the time. Chuck would not feel guilty.
Not at all.
No.
Just drives in. Auto man, are you kidding?
Right.
Put it in there. All right, here he comes. Chuck, give us an answer on this one.
Well, as a rule, we usually fill it up ourselves, but when I go to the pump, it's for a reason, to make them check the oil and things like that, and I've never felt guilty about spending money.
That's exactly right. You're all right. We split the 153 ways. A little tighter now. All right, here comes a $300 question. We got to really move it, guys, because now we're short of time. Men, they say there's a little child in all of us. Which of the two of you would you say is more childlike? Goodbye. This will be for the tie, Susan. What will Chuck say?
He will say it's him. It is him.
It is him. Definitely
He will
is.
say it's him, and I agree.
Here he comes. Chuck, this is the game right here.
Well, we both look at life with big, wondrous eyes, but I'd have to say it's me.
That's the one. You got it. Susan and Chuck and Karen and Norman are right. Split the 300 and a half. Time is up. We have a tie. The bananas and the red section win it. We'll come back in a moment. Split the money evenly. They're all acting like kids now. Go away. Okay, the big winners today, well, we had a tie, which is always nice. Karen and Norman and Susan and Chuck, $400 apiece. We had 1,000. The bananas and the reds will divide $900 apiece in there. Not bad. Thank you all for being with us. Don, you did great. Don't worry about it. Good luck with the new series on CBS. Norman, see you in the big seat. Good luck with Automan, Chuck. Thanks for being with us this week, and thank you.